Something that'll kill a cat. Overhanging limbs, he's right there under them overhanging limbs somewhere. I can see him with thermal. I'm almost positive it's a cat. The birds were swooping there a minute ago. I cannot pick him out with binoculars, but there's an animal sitting there looking right at us. 100% sure it's a bobcat. See it?
Yeah. That is a rod.
That's a cat, ain't it?
Oh, I see you. I got it with this here. Ready?
Yeah, I should be on him. I never did see him with binoculars.
When I see exactly where he's at.
We'd have never seen that cat with standard optics, would we?
Nope.
I've started carrying a thermal with me when I know I'm going to call cats, and I never saw that animal till I saw him with the thermal.
All right, we're going to talk a little bit about the the new Convergent Sidewinder. Obviously, just look at it there, you can tell why we call it the Sidewinder. What we did was we took the idea of the phone mount and how handy that is and expanded on that, and thought, how handy would it be to have a speaker just right there too. For you guys that are hunting a lot of night hunts where you're you're trying to get the animals coming directly at you, where you're not concerned about a lot of movement, or you guys that are really doing a lot of walking, don't want to carry a lot of stuff, or for guys that just like getting animals coming right into you, it just kind of brings back the old hand calling deal where you have to tuck in and be still. This thing is fantastic because rolling a hand call will kind of get you with your lungs, plus you've got a little bit of movement. Well, this, we just called a cat up, sitting down here. Glenn and I are backed up these rocks, and we just tucked in here, got real still, and I can operate everything with the call just right here on with my finger. And we called a cat up here, broad daylight, and shot him down there. He had a lot of country to cover here across that open, so I went ahead and elected to take him down there a little bit. But it's really handy. I think that's the first cat we killed with the Sidewinder. This is actually a prototype. This is mid-December, early to mid-December. These should be available sometime by the end of January of 2019. That sounds funny saying that, but 2019. Man, this thing is unbelievably clear, loud. Matter of fact, I had it down to less than a quarter volume.
And I thought it was too loud.
And it's, yeah, because see, the sound is right here at you. And so you really get a perspective of how loud you're calling too, which is really cool. But this thing is, the speakers are phenomenal. Everybody that's listened to it, you kind of look at it and you think, yeah, that thing's not going to be a very good call. You turn it on and play some rock and roll music through it, and it can get too loud. I mean, it's plenty. I would say it's more than loud enough to call. I don't care if you're hunting up in Idaho and 40-mile-an-hour winds or whatever. This is as loud as anything on the market. It's got a lot of really high-end technology in it. The way we're able to get that volume, but we also got a lot of good high-quality sound. It uses a lithium-ion battery that's rechargeable and replaceable. You can take an extra battery with you. It'll run like 6 hours on a single charge. Put you another battery in your pocket or your pack, and you can call, 3 or 4 days straight, actually, because you're only using it 15-20 minutes per stand. But with the lithium batteries, how we're able to get the power and the drivers and the sound and the quality through it is that lithium battery puts out 3.7 volts, where like the little double A's only put out 1.5 volts, and that's how we do it in the bullet as well, to be able to get the quality and the volume that we get. But that's your first look at a Sidewinder, Convergent Sidewinder call. And we'll go down here and pick up this Bobcat, and we'll show you the Bobcat. But be looking for it late January, early February. Well, there he is. I'll tell you right now, before I pick him up at the tomcat, you can see usually they're blocky like this. I'll tell you a tip: always touch that cat before you pick him up. I can tell you some stories, but you can just imagine you don't want to pick up a cat that ain't dead.
That's a big old pretty cat.
That's pretty, furred up good.
That's a big one.
I'll tell you what, this has been a good year for cats for us. They must have really made a bunch of babies last year, but that's a fawn kill indeed right there. I hear a coyote back in there. We'll head that way next.
That's where I wanted to make the next stand. So that is a pretty cat.
Pretty tall cat. Look at that.
Yep, big old cat.
Well, good news is we got the Sidewinder with us. We don't have to walk up there and pick up the call. We got everything we need.
Sitting there looking for cats, and there was one sitting there watching us. We didn't know it.
I'm telling you what, if you ain't on your toes, you're not going to see those cats a lot of times. I've had them slip all the way to the call and not know they're there till they pick their head up at the call.
Well, there's a trail coming from that timber down there right to where he was, and he come up that trail. I thought he was back in that brush, and I would have never known he was there, but I looked with my thermal device. I learned to start carrying this with me during the daytime, because people think of thermal as night vision, and it's not. It can be used day or night. And I realized years ago we were calling in way more cats than we were ever seeing.
That's exactly what I was fixing to say. You know, Glenn and I have been hunting a long time and kind of know what things to look for. And he and I'd seen the birds down there at the edge of the trees start kind of ducking and diving and kind of acting funny, and then kind of moved on up this draw a little bit. Of course, we're staring, trying to find him, knowing that there's probably a cat there, and still couldn't see him. But that thermal, they can't hide from that thermal.
Well, I could see him with the thermal, and I
couldn't
thought,
see him with your naked eye.
I picked up binoculars. I was picking that brush apart, and I could see them birds diving at that spot, so I knew he was there, but I never saw him.
I turned my scope up to 10, and I was scanning because he was telling me to look in there, and I still couldn't see him. I got him to hand me the thermal, and I kind of found exactly where to look, and that's how I finally saw him. And that kite's what, 60 yards, or Bobcat 60 yards?
Maybe, yeah, maybe 60.
50, 60 yards.
I just hope I got him on camera, because I zoomed into that area with the camera hoping that he's in there, but I never saw him on the camera screen, even with my cheaters.
I'll tell you this too, with cats, I mean, a lot of this thermal's not cheap, but I mean, if you hunt a lot, it's worth the money. Just for that, for down game, there's all kinds of things that you can use thermal for. But say you can't afford the thermal, a good tip to when you're calling a place that's got cats, assume that you're going to call a cat every time you sit down. So don't just get up and walk around and without looking, paying attention, because a lot of times those cats won't run off. They'll just kind of tuck into something. And if you'll walk around and look and pay attention, a lot of times you can catch, and I've done that numerous times, get up to leave a stand and walk around and look and find a cat that, a lot of guys would have walked off and left.